Fans of a Horus Heresy, independent manufacturers of really cool conversion parts, and riding on your armoured transport vehicles into battle, thank you very much for joining me for an unboxing video of a conversion kit. And this is something really interesting. Today's unboxing is of a kit in this little box. And this is from Zinge Industries, which is a company that's based in the UK. And they make all sorts of resin accessories. Now, this one is called the Rhino Conversion Upgrade Kit, if I remember rightly. And what it is a selection of parts that allows you to take a Deimos pattern Rhino from Forge World and add a few of the accessories that we had on the original Rogue Trader kit that was released in, I think, 1987 or maybe 88, early 88. I just forget which, but yeah, that classic Rhino kit that, of course, gave us so many iconic vehicles in the 40k and the 30k universe. However, the current Forge World kit, and here we have l'example, comes like this, and it's a great model. I've talked about it separately. I've already accessorized this with this remote operated heavy bolter and these smoke dispensers. I wonder if a company is going to make a set of smoke dispensers. We so need smoke dispensers for marine vehicles. I'll buy loads. But the original 40k Rhino, and there is an image coming on screen now, had a set of grab rails that ran down each side of a tank's flank, pannier storage boxes on the rear of a track unit, and little flag banners attached to the rear of the tank. And yeah, so those would attach here, here, and here. And what Zinge did, the clever chaps and chapettes they are, they've created a little conversion kit to allow us to recreate that. And I'm going to unbox that and review it here. So that's the plan. Okay, well, as is customary, we shall have the scalpel of unopening. Sorry, the scalpel of opening. Goodness me. Inability to talk coherently has briefly taken hold of me. Well, maybe it's not so brief, but okay, there we go. This costs, I think it's fairly new. I don't know the exact release date, but I think it's maybe in the last couple of months. Someone bought one over on Twitter and I saw it and I thought, oh yes, I want this. It costs £6. So yeah, £6 plus your delivery. So and what do you get? Well, you get one block of components. You then get more blocks of components. Well, straight off, for £6 for a resin kit, that is pretty darn good, I think. Let's start with this bag. And obviously what we're doing in this video is, as per usual, I'm going to give you a review and appraisal of what the parts look like and their quality. You can see we have some plastic rod parts. Those are not resin, those are not cast resin, and I'll come to what those do in a moment. Firstly, right, the grab handles. So, okay, so there's two things here. These are the grab handles. And what these do is they mount one fore, one aft on each side of a Rhino. And then this plastic rod that's been provided is going to interface in like so. You cut it to length and Robert's your father's uncle. You know, it's done. It looks like they have provided quite a bit extra plastic rod. Yet loads of surplus air. So room for error if you perhaps make a cutting mistake, but also room to use these on other vehicles. And obviously, you know, your imagination is your limit there. Let's look at the casting quality of these. Teensy weensy air bubble there. But those are really, really nice. Very crisp. I can't really make out any mold seams. They look very, very good indeed. Yeah, lovely. These pieces here, these are blanking plates, I believe. And those are to go here. And they will go like so to create a flat surface, which is for the next part of what we're going to look at. But yeah, they look really nice and dry. Yeah, doesn't feel dirty or anything. Or greasy, should I say. Obviously needs a wash as usual for a resin kit. So yeah, two pieces of plastic rod. We don't need to look at that. I don't know what the diameter is. They look about 3mm. Are they 3 or 2? This is for anyone who's interested. I think it's 2mm, but I'd have to check it with a ruler to be sure. Okay, pannier storage boxes. So these, so the blanking plates go on here, and then these go onto the blanking plate. So you've got a proper attachment point. Lovely. Yeah, pretty simple. Not overly complex on the detailing, but it doesn't need to be, and it captures a classic look with this cross-hatched reinforced lid to the storage box. Super. Okay, the next thing, and these are really iconic, and these are the flags for the rear of a Rhino. Now, not quite sure where these will sit, so I'm going to have to play around with that, and I might need to remove these little plastic nubbins, and some pins may be in order, because these are going to go out the back. Now, as you can see, they are cast flat, but I reckon heat these up with a bit of resin and put a little bit of life into them. Or not heat them up with a bit of resin, heat them up with a bit of hot water, put some life into them. They'll look great, and that'll be quite neat on the vehicle, because normally vehicles don't have anything to bring them to life in terms of motion, but Titans and Walkers do because of how you pose them. But yeah, these can add that. Yeah, really nice. And casting wise, well, absolutely perfect. I've not had a lot of stuff from Zinge. I've had a couple of conversion kits in the past. I think one of which I reviewed on the channel, some boarding shields, and the limited stuff I have seen from them has been very nicely cast, really, really nicely cast. And these are no exception. These, I mean, basically only clipping off a sprue, the gates cleaning up, and they're good to go. So very high standard of production, in my opinion, on these parts. So we've got the grab handles, blanking plates, the banners, the pannier boxes, and then another component, which I didn't know this was in it, so there's something extra here. And we have a selection of, oh right, okay, so a selection of grab handles. Let me think, where were these supposed to go on the original Rhino? I can't remember enough off the top of my head. Oh gosh, I hope you're not going to throw me out of a Retro Hammer Club for forgetting. I wonder if they're for these doors. Maybe. I do remember they were on the Rhino kit, because I remember breaking some when I had one of my early Rhinos. But even so, I suppose you could probably just use these for all sorts, and there's a whole variety of different sized grab handles. So, I mean, it's almost worth buying this kit just for these, just for the opportunities it presents. In terms of cleanup and removal, well, you need to be careful taking these off. They're quite delicate parts, and they've been cast on this big hefty mounting key. And you also need to clean away the gate, not the gate, the shim inside of those. Now, if I do that inside of the handle, if I do that really carefully, I might be even able to use some of these bits for doing word bearer prayer scrolls. Ooh, extra heresy. But yeah, casting wise, they look very good as well. Well, better than very good. They're excellent. Sorry, I'm understating how good they are. So yeah, there we go. What a wonderful little kit to enhance the look of your Deimos Rhino as sold by Forge World. I think it's ace. I'm going to really enjoy doing this little upgrade. In terms of what this actually looks like, well, here's an image now, so you can appreciate what the Rhino looks like once it's got these accessories on. I like the look of it, and thinking back to that original image of what the Rhino looked like back in the day, I think we've got a very faithful reproduction, and particularly these flags, I recognise the design because the flags you had to add. But yeah, really like that. And of course, another thought on these flags, you've got relief as well, so that it helps you with painting, perhaps putting transfers on, and they're quite thick and chunky as well, so they're not going to break. One thing on those, though, I think a pin. I'm going to put a pin in here into the vehicle and into this post, because that's probably going to be susceptible to damage once assembled. But there you go, the Rhino conversion upgrade kit from Zinge Industries. What do you think of this? Please do share your thoughts and observations on this kit in the comments section. Have you bought this? What do you think of it? Do you know of any other interesting conversion upgrade kits for Forge World vehicles, Age of Darkness, Space Marine Legion vehicles, and in particular, has anyone got any smoke launchers? Because I need more. As always, I'll be very interested to hear. But other than that, I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to you next time, and goodbye.